Hey everyone, how are you doing? Well, I'm here with another Christmas tag, and this time I was tagged from Holly with Living It Country. Thank you, sweetie. I'll put her channel down below. She's a sweetheart. I've known her now a couple years, and she's just a really, really sweet person. Cute, real nice, real cute channel. So let's get started because we have 15 questions, okay? First question, when do you start decorating for Christmas? This year I started decorating before Halloween. About 2 days before Halloween I started decorating, right around there. Usually, but I'll tell you, before I started YouTube, I used to start decorating for Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. I mean the morning. The morning. And I'd usually start taking down my fall Thanksgiving night when everyone left or I got home, depending on where we were. I would start taking stuff down, and then I would start decorating the day after Thanksgiving. Number 2, what style do you decorate your home for the holidays? My house is different. It's eclectic, really. I mean, I don't go with just one theme throughout the house. This year my kitchen is more gingerbread, primitive farmhouse type, and my living room is more Santa's, and my dining room, well, you'll see when you go to my home tour. My house is very eclectic this year. Let's just put it that way. Number 3, favorite family Christmas tradition. I guess the thing I can remember when I really stopped to think about it is when the kids, taking them looking at Christmas lights, watching Christmas movies together, especially when they were very, very young. What I do remember vividly, thinking back on it, was every year Charlie Brown Christmas would come on, and we didn't, and now I'm talking at the time when there weren't VCRs where you could tape it or anything like that. So when you saw it, that's the only time you were going to see it, so it was a big deal, especially when the kids were little. So I remember I would make popcorn and I would cut up green apples, and I remember this distinctly, and I would put down a big blanket, and then they all would sit and watch Christmas, Charlie Brown Christmas. That is a really nice memory. Number 4. Number 4, favorite place to buy Christmas decor. I would say my favorite place probably would be Hobby Lobby. I don't go to Home Goods that often. I don't have one real close to me. Michael's sometimes I will. Joann's very seldom. Very seldom do I buy stuff from there. Once in a while, but not too often. So I would say Hobby Lobby. Favorite Christmas movie? Don't have a favorite. A lot of them are my favorite. I have to watch them every year. Christmas Vacation, White Christmas, Home Alone, and please, Hallmark Christmas movies. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, I tape them and I watch them in the summer. I am so hooked on those movies. It's nuts. So I can't say I have one favorite. I can't. Because I have special... You know how when you associate movies with memories, and it just gives you different feelings? I don't know. Am I weird? Probably. I don't have a favorite. I have a lot of favorites. Eggnog, hot cocoa, or apple cider? Apple cider for sure. Do you leave chocolate chip cookies or sugar cookies for Santa? Yes, we used to when the kids were little, and we always left a carrot for Rudolph. You cannot forget Rudolph. And we would leave milk. Artificial tree or real tree? when the kids were young, it was always a real tree. And then when they got older, I wanted to start decorating earlier for Christmas. And the tree would die before Christmas even got here because of where we live. And I don't know if that's a part of it. I don't know. All I know is the real trees would die before Christmas and they'd be getting very brittle. And then you start worrying about the lights and all that kind of stuff. So I transitioned into a artificial. So for years now I've had artificial, although I do miss so much the smell. I love when I go into a home when they have the real tree and the smell. So the smell I get now is from Bath and Body. That's where I get the candle and I get it going. Balsam, fresh balsam I think it is. Okay, special treat. Favorite holiday dessert to make? Probably the dessert that I make. My kids like German chocolate cake, but I like apple pie for Christmas. I love homemade apple pie. So I guess apple pie. I'm going to say apple pie. That's my favorite. And it's my favorite to make because it reminds me of my grandmother. Don't get misty now, Davida. Don't get misty. Stay on track, Davida. Favorite type of Christmas cookie? Do you know what I love? I hate to, I wish I hated them is what I wish. I wish I just hated them because I love to eat them, are the butter cookies. You know you get in the tin, like the shortbread type. Love them. I love them. The other thing that I love to make, and this isn't on here, but it came to me and I have to say it, and actually I did a video on it, and I think I'm going to do another one just for the heck of it. It's basically going to be the same thing, but is my caramel corn. And I do make a mean caramel corn. I love it. It makes a good gift too, for co-workers or neighbors, or very good. Do you / family open any gifts on Christmas Eve? When I was young, we used to open all our gifts on Christmas Eve. When I started having kids, we a lot of times would let them open one, but Christmas morning is when they would open their gifts. So, Christmas morning. Do you decorate your tree yourself? Yes. Well, now that all my kids are married and not at home anymore, yes, I do decorate the tree myself. When my daughter lived at home, my youngest one, she used to help me all the time. But now I do decorate it myself. The boys never liked decorating the trees that I can remember. All I do remember is, now I'm talking years and years ago when they used to use tinsel, you know, the silver tinsel. Well, when you put it on the tree, you gotta lay it over, because if you don't, you know, it just looks clumpy if you don't put it right. Well, I do remember a couple times, I remember them throwing it into it, just wanting, and I'd say, what are you doing? You don't just throw it in there like that. We don't want to do it anymore. So they did never like decorating the tree that I can remember. Okay. Where do you spend Christmas Day? Well, now, it used to be they always came over to the house. Well, actually, when I go way back, when they were little, we would go over to the grandparents' house, and that's where we would spend the day. Then, as they started getting older, and then the grandparents would come over to our house, and then it just stayed that way for years, where they would come over Christmas, you know, Day at the house. Well, now that all of them have their own families, it's easier for us to go to their houses. And the kids want to be playing with their toys or being with their friends or whatever, you know. And so we just kind of go to the different houses. Now, like when all the kids are together, you know, when they're able to do that, because being married, they all have, you know, their significant other, their parents, and they're with the other families. So if we all get together, say it's Christmas Eve, then the ones that obviously won't be there Christmas Day, then we're seeing them Christmas Eve. For the ones that are still going to be around Christmas Day, then I'll go back, you know, and then we see them Christmas Day. So it's just all over the place. It's all over the place. Oh, it's just everywhere. So, everywhere, I guess. We spend Christmas Day everywhere nowadays. Favorite Christmas smell? Oh my gosh. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think of a Christmas smell is turkey. When you're walking up to the house and you can smell that turkey cooking inside the house, love that smell. And 15, tag some friends. So, I think who I'm going to tag for this one is, I think I'll tag Creative Lori, London with Life with London, and Tracy from Secondhand Tracy. And let's see, who else might like to do this? I think I might tag Jean E. So girls, you're tagged. Holly, I want to thank you so much for tagging me. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I love doing tags. You get to know more about the person, and it's just a lot of fun, and it brings back memories as you're talking about it, you know. So thank you so much, and I want to wish all of you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will be seeing you shortly for more DIYs. But you are one of a kind, and you add something to this world. Tell them, remember, the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever forget that. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.